gotta ban free speech. You know, Alex is about to read a big stack of mainstream news and government documents and major university studies about how fluoride attacks your entire system and is linked to brain damage, lower IQ, and sterility. Alex reads mainstream studies where the different GMO corn and soybean within 3 generations are sterilizing 98% of the gerbils and causing all sorts of deformities. Ooh, cop killing. Cop killing. I'm going to tell the public they're drinking poison. Must be a cop killer. I'm going to tell all those cops to stop drinking poison. Stop having their kids. Oh, it's cop killing. What in the hell does that have to do with cop killing? No, they're scared. We're reaching out to the police. Doesn't mean they can't hype them up to frame me. And hey, you want to make me a martyr? Knock yourself out. I want to live a long, good life, but I'm not scared of you, and you don't intimidate me. You show yourselves as a pack of dangerous crooks. Because what matters here isn't that you have a dwindling audience and are pathetic and exposed. You still do represent, and that's why you're on a power trip, globalists who killed over 1 million Iraqis because they wanted some oil and weapon sales. And so we know you work for the heavy hitters, and we know. We know you're scum, believe me. Continuing. You think it intimidates us that you're a bunch of crooks? That it intimidates us that you support mass murderers? You think it intimidates us that you're a bunch of limousine liberals? You think it intimidates us you're a bunch of eugenicists? You think we're scared of you? I'm not going to roll over like a sheep and you're a wolf so you can tear my guts out. I'm going to fight you in the info war using info weapons, and I'm going to crush you. And that's why you want to get physical. That's why you want to bring up physical confrontation, because you're scared to death, because you deep down know what type of cowardly sellout filth you are. These tales that come out of Alex Jones' websites are stories that identify real enemies, the government, law enforcement. There are a whole set of evil agents out there. And though I don't expect to see Alex Jones taking a shot at them anytime soon, there are people out there who are perfectly willing to do exactly that. Cuts to Alex Jones. The system, from all their preparations and all their statements, actually wants to become violent and wants to use that as an excuse to clamp down and have a real police state in America. And that's when the revolt starts. Of course, these are cuts. I explained we don't want it to go to that and told the government not to do it, but they were asking me, when will there be violence? And I said, well, this is some of the scenarios. But then they cut it together to sound like I'm calling for it, see? And that's when the revolution starts. That's when people are just going to say, okay, you stop me at a checkpoint. The government's being abusive. Lock and load. See? Total cutting, total trimming. Jones also, one of the leading figures of the 9/11 truther movement, claiming that the U.S. government was behind the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. He maintains that he's neither part of the far right nor the left, equally opposing both sides of the political spectrum, but they don't explain that the spectrum's fake. It's fake is what I said, a false system to limit debate and to divide us. So that it's I hate all you. I hate Republicans and Democrats. No, I'm saying that's a diversion to put you in a fake tribal camp to control your mind because you like Pepsi, Coke, Ford, Chevy, Redskins, Cowboys. You're designed to pick a tribe. This is fake. He maintains that he's neither far right nor far left, equally opposing both sides of the political spectrum, but he certainly appeals to the anti-government elements of the new right. I appeal to populists. I appeal to people that are sick of being raped. I appealed to liberals when Bush was in because they thought I was a socialist or something because I didn't like tyranny. And now they think I'm right-wing because I don't like tyranny. It's the same thing. Have you figured that out? And yes, people are figuring that out. And here's the good news. You know, when they put out a race-baiting, racial division trailer for the movie Machete, and I was sent the script, and I talked to Hispanic members of his crew that were upset about it, and now Rodriguez says he's pulling the race war stuff out of his film. I was contacted by his crew who was concerned, who understand, who are smart. I was contacted by Matthew's crew. They are upset about this. They know this is pure Nazi propaganda. You talk about Nazi propaganda. The Nazis were like, these communists and Jews and other groups are getting violent. They're causing problems. We've got to arrest them. They're arming themselves. This, if you want to talk about Nazi, it's what Chris Matthews is doing, using racial politics. Oh, you don't like socialist health care? You don't like government health care? You're a racist. Hitler used race by saying racist groups were against the German people. See? It's hidden right in front of you, folks. The mustache belongs on Chris Matthews. Jones is also one of the leading figures. He goes on. He maintains that he's neither left or right. And he goes on. Big government kills, big government enslaves, big government destroys, and big government annihilates the individual. Well, that's what George Orwell and Thomas Jefferson said, but, oh, again, I'm a bad guy. It's extreme talk. But is it that different from the Tea Parties and the politicians rallying against big government? So it's also to drive a wedge so that mainline Tea Party goes, this is what Mancow was saying this morning, playing the left-right role that I guess he's meant to play. You know, Alex being used in a trap to discredit the Tea Parties. And I came back at him and I said, oh, really? Rand Paul's approval rating went up. Just 3 weeks ago, the Republicans were trying to throw him under the bus, saying he was hurting the Republicans, buying the Democrat propaganda when his poll numbers went up. Stop being a bunch of cowards. It's the Republicans and Democrats trying to keep everybody on the same political reservation. No, when Chris Matthews comes out and says, I claim I have millions of YouTube views, I'm going to expose that was a lie. That I showed them the millions of views, the hundreds of millions, or attempted to. They didn't want to see it. That's lying by omission. Again, they're going to discredit themselves. Let them arrogantly bleed out politically on us. Oh, there's RushLimbaugh.com. There's Infowars.com. You can see it well above. Glenn Beck is in gold and Limbaugh is in red at Alexa.com. Oh, look at Infowars. And if you look at that gauge, that is thousands of points ahead of Limbaugh and Beck. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that just special? Alex claims he has millions of listeners. Really, I claim it. Well, there's one of the biggest independent rating services out there. What's that look like? Rush Limbaugh with 22 million listeners, Glenn Beck with 18 million, and look at Infowars.com. But let's put PrisonPlanet.com in. Let's show PrisonPlanet.com as the fourth one there, because I don't just have one site dwarfing them, I have two. Well, I have just one. Oh, Prison Planet. Looks like it's been growing a bit. It was neck and neck with Limbaugh, but oh, moving on up. Look at that growth curve. You think they like that? You wonder why they've got Bilderberg Group members like Frum coming in at me, one of the top globalist policy writers, attacking me on a weekly basis? You wonder why I've got literally Darth Vader on my tail shooting at me? Because I know where the Death Star exhaust ports are, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not using the computer. You understand that? And I'm teaching people how to politically blow the New World Order to hell without a single shot being fired. But they're going to throw a fit and overturn the chessboard and say, Alex Jones is a cop killer. Get him. Get him. Yeah, well, if you do get me, these are going to be some mighty popular videos. Oh, but you're planning to shut the web down. You've been announcing it. You want to shut the media down so you can murder some Americans, don't you? You got Homeland Security set up and trained for rendition and torture. You think you got us where you want us, and you're licking your greasy, fat lips, Chris Matthews. You like it. You'd love it. And it just goes on demonizing me. So you can read the whole script and get it out there to everybody. And